Good morning, gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, May the 26th, and today we are going to talk about something called escape speed. All right. Now, once upon a time, you've probably heard sometime in your life the old axiom that what goes up must come down. Okay. And so this is true whether you are throwing a ball or shooting a gun or launching a rocket. All right. Now we know that the speed that's required to orbit the Earth is 8 kilometers per second. But what if you didn't shoot it horizontally? You shot it vertically, straight upward. Well, it would go up at 8 kilometers per second and then comes crashing right back down to the Earth at 8 kilometers per second. All right, you'd better get out of the way because otherwise you're going to be in a heap of trouble. Now, we know that in order to achieve an orbit, so that we're going around the Earth, the rocket has to be launched horizontally at 8 kilometers per second. But this doesn't take into account the idea of air resistance. Remember that the air in the atmosphere actually resists the motion of satellites. And so this is why all of our weather satellites and communication satellites and all those other kinds of satellites that are up in that are orbiting the Earth are above the atmosphere, because that eliminates the idea or the need for fighting air resistance. All right. So, in other words, the moral of the story is that if we launched this rocket horizontally at 8 kilometers per second, it would still crash back down to Earth because air resistance would not allow it to travel fast enough to get into orbit. The actual escape velocity for the Earth is 11.2 kilometers per second. Now, that doesn't seem like a whole lot more than 8 kilometers per second, but think about that. All right. 11.2 kilometers is actually 3.2 kilometers or 3,200 meters more than the 8 kilometer per second velocity. And so the moral of the story here is that the escape speed of a rocket that is launched into orbit is going to have to be moving at 11.2 kilometers per second in order to escape the Earth's atmosphere and enter into orbit around the Earth. All right. So that, my friends, is all I've got to say about that. So happy Tuesday. Your assignment for tonight is to do the chapter 14 review questions, numbers 1 through 10, and that will be due by the end of the day today. I'll also ask you to do the chapter review for chapter 14, numbers 11 through 14, and those will be due by Thursday, rather. But on Thursday, I'm also going to give you a review activity for chapter 14. So if you want me to correct your answers and send them back to you before the review activity, you should try to get them done ahead of time. All right. So if you want to turn them all in tonight, that's one thing, whatever floats your boat. Remember that you also have worksheet 14-1 to do as well. I hope that you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and we've got just a couple of more weeks of this, and the school year will come crashing to an end. Have yourselves a lovely day, gentlemen. I will see you soon.